Good day, dear students. We will continue our topic on the criminal justice system of Japan, particularly their or the function of police with regards to juvenile. Based on the law of Japan, when it comes to juveniles, it is indicated under the law that police are given the authority to identify and counsel minors who appear likely to commit crimes. So those who commit crimes or those who committed crimes, okay, they have the authority to counsel them, or okay, the police has the authority to identify them. And also, okay, they can refer juvenile offenders and non-offenders to child guidance center. But take note, okay, the purpose of this is to treat the juvenile offenders, but they will go to this particular guidance center, okay, for outpatient basis only. Police can also assign juveniles or those considered to be harming the welfare of juveniles to special courts. Family courts, particularly, are run in closed sessions, try juvenile offenders under special laws, and operate extensive probationary guidance program. We all know that in Japan, okay, Japan is more on reintegration program, or this is what we call restorative justice. So they are more on guiding offenders, okay, most especially juvenile offenders, okay, for their reformation or transformation. So take note, family courts has the authority to uh, provide or to suggest, okay, operative probationary guidance programs in order to help these juvenile offenders to be treated. For the young people with the ages between uh, 14 and 20, at the judgment of the police, be sent to the public prosecutor for possible trial as adults before a judge under the general criminal law. So with these ages, okay, they will be subjected for trial, but this is based on the judgment of the police. If they will notice that, okay, these offenders or young offenders are incorrigible, or they will cause or possibly cause danger or dangerous situation in the community, so they may recommend, okay, those young people to undergo for trial, okay, the same way the process conducted for adult offenders. For citizens arrest or arrest of perpetrators, generally police are required to secure for warrant to search for or seize evidence. But in circumstances wherein the crime is very serious, or if the perpetrator is likely to flee, ayan, tatakas siya. So it can be obtained immediately after the arrest. Take note, okay, unlike in our country, okay, we have two types of arrests. Okay, in our country, we have warrantless arrest and arrest with warrant. So there are requisites, just like if the offender is an escaped prisoner, if by virtue of hot pursuit arrest, or in flagrante delicto, okay, and in flagrante delicto or caught in the act. So in Japan, okay, if they believe that the crime is very serious, or okay, the possibility that this offender, okay, may plea, so there's no need for them to have arrest warrant. Okay, all they have to do is to arrest the offender, and then upon arrival at their station, okay, they can immediately request for arrest warrant. But in our country, okay, it is no longer a requirement once that you will arrest an offender by virtue of warrantless arrest. Okay, all you have to do if you are the arresting officer is to bring them to the prosecutor's office for the process of inquest proceeding. So with their rules in Japan, okay, within 48 hours, okay, after placing a person under detention, meaning the arrested person is already under the custody of the police, so the police have to present their case before the prosecutor. So the rule of the police is to present the case to the prosecutor. So the prosecutor is required to appraise the accused of the charges and of the right to counsel. So this is for the purpose that the prosecutor, okay, may review, okay, the case, and also to recommend to the arrested person to have their own counsel. Within another 24 hours, the prosecutor has to go before a judge to present the case in order for him to obtain a detention order. So, suspects can be held for 10 days, okay, when the investigation is pending and the decision on whether or not to prosecute the case. So, this extension can be granted in almost cases when it is requested. So, in Japan, okay, Dayo Kangoko is a term, okay, used to be called the detention center. So in our country, we call it lock-up cell. So take note, okay, after the arrest, a suspect in Japan can be taken into custody after arrest and before prosecution for up to 23 days. Take note, that is the maximum days of being under the detention facility in Japan. Okay, so let us talk about the rule of the prosecution. As we all know in the previous topic, that prosecution, okay, one of its rule is to present the case to the judge in order to obtain the detention order, as well as, okay, to present, okay, the case, okay, in order to determine if there is a need to prosecute, okay, the case. So basically, okay, prosecution, okay, is responsible in providing or determining, okay, the pieces of evidence. So the tendency is prosecution can be denied on the grounds of insufficiency of evidence or on the prosecutor's judgment. Okay? So we already know that in the first part of our topic, particularly the rule of the police, that they have to report to the prosecutor for the prosecutor to review if there's a need to prosecute the case, as well as the prosecutor is responsible in presenting the case to the judge in order to have a detention order. So under Article 248 of the Code of Criminal Procedure in Japan, after weighing the offender's age, character, and environment, the circumstances and gravity of the crime. This is very important class that the prosecution office should review, okay, the circumstances and the gravity of the crime committed by the offender. So, for the purpose that the prosecution has the authority to determine if there is a possibility that this accused, okay, has the potential to undergo for rehabilitative program. So, when they will be recommended for this particular program, legal proceeding is no longer, okay, conducted. So, it should be uh, suspended. Take note ha, pag sinabi nating legal proceeding, okay, wala nang pakialam or wala nang ipro-provide ang korte, ang government, okay, with regards to the punishment of this offender. But they will focus on the rehabilitative program that this prosecution office, okay, will recommend. In Japan, okay, they also have this what we call inquest of prosecution. So this is an institutional safeguard check the prosecutor's discretionary powers not to prosecute. As we all know, kay merong discretion or decision ang may sariling decision ng prosecution kung ipro-prosecute ba or magpa-file ba ng charges sa court, okay, o hindi. So it consists of lay committees. So they are being established in conjunction with branch courts to hold inquests on prosecutor's decision. So yung members ng committee na to ay nagmi-meet 4 times yearly. And they can order that the case be reinvestigated and prosecuted. Okay, take note ha. So pag sinabi natin committee, may members yan. Okay, victims or interested parties can also appeal a decision not to prosecute. So as mentioned a while ago, okay, the Committee for Inquest Prosecution is an organization consisting of 11 prosecution counselors elected by lottery from among citizens having the right to vote. So, ang major duty nito is to examine whether a public prosecutor's decision not to institute prosecution is appropriate. Okay, ang nire-review, for example, recommend ng public prosecutor na wag nang mag-prosecute. So, ang committee na to, yung members, yung 11 members na to, okay, they will review the evidence na nandoon sa public prosecutors. Okay, they will see if uh, possible ba or acceptable ba na hindi na undergo for prosecution. Yan. Hindi na ba ipo-prosecute or hindi na ba magpa-file ng charges? So, titignan ito ng committee for inquest. So, in short, the validity of the decision of the prosecution not to prosecute a case, okay, should be assessed by the committee for inquest of prosecution, the 11 committee members. In Japan, during trial, depending on the seriousness of the crime, most offenses are initially tried before one or three judges in district courts, and defendants are shielded from coerced confessions, hearsay evidence, admission without limitations, and self-incrimination. So, defendants also have the right to a public trial, legal representation, and cross-examination. As we all know, cross-examination is the process of questioning a witness after they have previously testified to verify or discredit their testimony, expertise, or credibility. A trial by jury was authorized by the 1923 jury law but was suspended in the year 1943. So a new lay judge or Legends Law was enacted in 2004 and came into effect in May 2009, but it only applies to a certain serious crime. So this law okay only consider those serious crimes. A convicted party may also be placed on probation or have any sentence suspended by the judge. If the accused is found not guilty, the state will pay them according to the length of time they were held in custody. So both the prosecution and the defense may file an appeal with the higher courts about criminal proceedings from summary courts, family courts, and district courts. Only constitutional disputes and cases where the Supreme Court's precedents clash with those or lower courts may be appealed to Supreme Court for criminal cases. So it is very clear that if the decision of the lower court is contradicting or in conflict with the previous decision of Supreme Court of the previous case, okay, they may file appeal in Supreme Court for criminal cases only. To account for the unique circumstances of crime and offender, the Criminal Code establishes minimum and maximum punishment for offenses. So the penalties differ from fines and brief jail to death punishment and forced labor. Repeat offenders receive harsher punishment. So that is their strategy or that is their uh, punishment in Japan. Okay, take note that just in our country, okay, we have also the category of punishment as well as the category of fines. So the execution by hanging penalty, which is typically applied for repeated homicides, consists of this punishment. A retrial is the only option available to a convicted party seeking an acquittal after the sentence has been rendered. If the condemned party or their attorney presents convincing evidence of reasonable doubt about the verdict, for example, by demonstrating that prior testimony or expert opinion throughout the trial were false, a retrial may be granted. For a first trial, the average time to obtain a final verdict is 3 months. Next, we have the trial by lay judge, Saibanin or citizen judge. It started on August 3, 2009 under a new law passed in 2004. The new system aims to invite participants or participation of the wider community and also provide a speedier, more democratic justice system. So these lay judges consist of 6 citizens and joined by 3 professional judges to determine the verdict and sentence the defendant. So as we all know, Japan belongs to an inquisitory system of criminal process. And if we say inquisitory system, it is characterized by intensive pretrial investigation and interrogations with the objective to avoid bringing an innocent person to trial. Therefore, a judge oversees the proceedings and also determines the guilt and the sentence of the accused. So the citizen lay judges as well as professional judges are allowed to put forth questions to defendants, witnesses, and victims during trial. Under this new system, lay judges may not be politicians or attorneys in private practice. If the lay judges find someone guilty, at least one judge must agree. If they find someone not guilty, the lay judge's majority decision will be upheld. In the first case, the public felt secure in their understanding of prosecutions and defendants' trials, but they still look to the experts to help determine a sentencing for the verdict rendered. So it is very clear that for a guilty verdict, okay, it requires only one judge to agree. But for non-guilty verdict, okay, it requires that majority of the judges may agree. The fact that the conviction rate in Japan is over 99% and it is one of the primary characteristics of the criminal justice system that make it famous across the rest of the world. Some in the common law nations contend that this is related to the 1943 repeal of jury system. However, since the accused had to forfeit their right to appeal, jury trials were seldom. So, a judicial reform bill was passed in May 2004 as a consequence of lobbying by human rights organizations and the Japan Federation of Bar Association. This statute created a lay judge system in 2009, which is sometimes mistaken for a jury system in common law nations. But uh, it is a lay judge system, as I mentioned in the previous topic. The prosecutors in Japan have a lot of latitude in deciding whether to prosecute a case and consider a variety of criteria, which is probably why the country's conviction rate is so high. So this is similar to sentencing factors in Western countries. Because of this specifics of the crime or accuse, the prosecutors may choose, for example, not to prosecute someone even when there is enough evidence to prevail at trial. So the prosecutors in Japan have a great deal of discretion when deciding whether to pursue charges or not. This is stipulated under Article 248 of the Justice or Japanese Code of Criminal Procedure, where prosecution is deemed unnecessary owing to the character, age, environment, gravity of the offense, circumstances, or situation after the offense. Prosecution need to be instituted. So I already discussed to you a while ago, okay, this particular code. Even though Japan is still uses the death penalty, its sentencing guidelines are rather light in comparison to those in the United States. So many people given life sentences outside of the capital trials are released from prison after 15 years by means of uh, parole. And less severe murder and manslaughter convictions usually resulted in sentences of less than 10 years in prison. Rape convictions result in sentences of less than 2 to 5 years. If the defense is successful in presenting mitigating circumstances, if we say mitigating, that is the process of decreasing, okay, the penalty. So a murder conviction may even result in suspended sentence. Furthermore, the conviction and sentencing phases are distinct in Japanese criminal proceedings. So these separate stages are similar to those in common law jurisdictions, where punishment is typically postponed until later hearing in the criminal justice system of Japan. Many Western human rights organizations allege that high conviction rate of Japan is due to rampant use of conviction solely based on confession. Confessions are often obtained after long periods of questioning by police, as those arrested may be held up to 23 days. As I made mention a while ago, the maximum uh, days of uh, an arrested person to be detained or for this police officer to held under custody is 23 days. So this can uh, at times take weeks. So during times that suspect is under detention and can be prevented from contacting a lawyer or their family. In practice, this constitutional requirements takes the form of safeguarding known as the revelation of secret, or this is what we call himitsu no bakuro lit, outing of secret, as is stated in Article 38 of the Japanese Constitution, okay, which states categorically that no person shall be convicted or punished in case where the only proof against a suspect is or her own confession. Rather, the Japanese court requires confessions to contain the disclosure of proven information that only the criminal could have known, such as the whereabouts of the undiscovered body, the time and location of the murder weapons, a fact about the crime scene, and others, in order for them to be admissible as evidence for conviction. Additionally, to prevent the belief that the interrogator inserted this knowledge into the confession, the prosecution must demonstrate that the police were unaware of this hidden revelation prior to the confession. One of the example in the year 1948, okay, the murder case of Sakura. For instance, the conviction was first based on the confession of the whereabouts of the body, which had not been yet found. But as time went on, it became clear that the police had probably been aware of the body's whereabouts, raising the prospect that the investigating officers had faked and inserted the confession. So, as a result, the higher court overturned the decision and deemed the confession to be dangerous. So, that's the last part of our topic. Thank you for listening.